Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx and we continue investigating the bomb shelter in everlasting summer. Oh yeah, nothing to be afraid of. Those thoughts made me squirm and I instinctively drew nearer to Alyssa. She didn't say a thing, just blushed a little and turned her back to me. Well, in any case. What? We have to keep searching for an exit. Well, there is another door. Indeed, there was a door on the wall, far wall, just like the one that we came in through. However, no matter how hard I tried to open it, it was stuck. Need some help? Nope, it's jammed for good. I glanced around the room trying to find something that would work as a lever, and noticed a crowbar in the far corner. Great. Alyssa gave me a blank stare. Watch it. However, I still couldn't move the handle an inch, even using the crowbar. Totally exhausted, I flopped on a neatly made bunk and gave a sigh. We'll have to walk back. But we just came from there. Alyssa seemed to regain a bit of her self-control, as well as her usual rudeness. Well, you can stay here if you want. There's water, ration kits, probably the radio still working. She looked at me spitefully but said nothing. My whole body ached terribly. It was only now I tried to relax that I began to realize how badly. A deep wound on my leg was bleeding profusely, my hands were heavily bruised, blood was thickening in my hair. And are you okay? I asked Alyssa, either just of courtesy or because I was really worried about her. It took her some time to answer. How can we be okay in a situation like this? Well, I mean that. I pointed to the wound on my leg. Oh! Cried Alyssa. We need to sanitize it urgently! No need, I will survive. Oh, stop! We must do it, or you will risk it getting infected, and then they will take your leg off. My granddad lost his leg that way in the war. Alyssa looked truly concerned, and I decided not to argue. Okay, but it's kind of a long way to the infirmary. Hang on. She smiled and started to rummage through the cabinets. There was a fair chance of finding some kind of medicine in a bomb shelter, and soon enough, Alyssa pulled out a first aid kit with a triumphant look. Okay, hold still. Well, I'll try. Treating the wound with an iodine-soaked cotton swab felt like the touch of a red-hot iron. I clenched my teeth hard and hissed with pain. Oh, come on, it's not that painful. It is. Maybe you should try it yourself. It was easier with my other wounds, and soon enough I looked like a leopard, all covered in brown spots. Thanks. Don't you think that was anything special? We just had to treat your injuries. Alyssa snorted and turned her back on me. Sure. I refrained from arguing and got up from the bank. Even a short rest had definitely been good for me. Well, shall we go? Alyssa clenched my arm, walking close in step with me. We headed back slowly, carefully looking for a hole in the ceiling. The tunnel seemed endless. We couldn't find a place where we fell down, not after 5 nor even 10 minutes. Are we lost? Alyssa asked suddenly. It might be possible to get lost in the forest. It just came to me that's exactly what we'd accomplished half an hour ago, so to refrain scaring her even further, I continued with confidence. But this is a single straight tunnel, you can't get lost here. So where are we gonna end up then? My words didn't seem to calm Alyssa down enough. We'll get out of here, there is always an exit. Really? Oh, of course there is. The workers that built it somehow got back up to the surface, didn't they? Yeah, I guess. It appeared that she was trying hard to look as bold as usual, but it wasn't turning out well. In the dim light, it was evident that Alyssa was shivering. A look of extreme exertion was plastered on her face. Fine, let's move forward. And so we are in the place. In a few minutes, I noticed a hole in the floor. It looked like a shell crater, large enough to get ourselves through. What's down there? Hell if I know. I kneeled and pointed the light downwards. Dump ground, some kind of ray tracks. Must be a mine. Alisa looked me questioningly. Of course we could easily sidestep the hole, but my instincts insisted that we wouldn't encounter anything good proceeding down the tunnel either. There would be either a dead end or yet another jump door. On the other hand, it was naive to believe that we would find an exit in the mines. We could give it a try. In the worst case, we'll just come back. It's slow enough to let us climb back up later. Her face took on a suffering expression. Then Lisa turned away from the light and quietly said, "If you say so." As I thought, we were in a mine. Miles of rust-eaten trucks stretched far away down the corridors. I could virtually see the overloaded minecarts creaking along these tracks. Ages ago, the walls were propped up by rotten beams and water occasionally dripped from the ceiling. I wasn't sure whether it was scarier here or in the catacombs of the bomb shelter above. I'd say that up there it was like a post-apocalyptic setting, and down here occupant valleys rigged. In any case, I was even more eager to get out of here, and do so as soon as possible. Alisa didn't utter a word until we descended in the mine. She just walked next to me, clenching my head so hard I started to worry. "Are you alright?" "No," she said quietly. "I understand that it can be okay, but how are you holding up?" "Fine," she replied with that indifferent voice. "That's good, because I really wanted to say because if you go nuts too, it's gonna be a massacre. Because we will find an exit, we will definitely find one." "Yeah." It seems she wouldn't last much longer. We should go faster. I quit my steps and we reached a fork after a couple of dozen meters. Well, we are screwed up. Because I don't remember. The freaking way again. Map. Alright. Got the map open. So which way? I seemed completely disconnected from the outer world and didn't worry about what would happen to us or how we could leave this place. Well, let's think. To the left or to the right? And what if we get lost? I decided to put a mark on the wall in case we get lost and return to this spot again. Soon a large cross crunched with a stone decorated one of the beams. So now we're ready to go. And of course we are starting with right. Now we are going left. And now right. And now left. And now right. And now left. And there we are. Following the curve, I saw a wooden door in the torchlight. There you go. Here is something. You think so? Alisa looked a little refreshed. Sure. Frankly speaking, I really wasn't sure that there would be an exit behind this door. But it wasn't like we had any choice anyway. I put the handle. We found ourselves in some kind of room that resembled either a boiler room or a utility room under the bomb shelter. Empty bottles, cigarettes, butts, and other bits of debris littered the floor. That proves that there is an exit from this case. I scanned the room with a flashlight, and in the farthest corner I saw Shurik, doubled up and trembling all over. Shurik! Who is that? He stammered. Shurik, we've been looking for you all night, and you're just sitting here. Get up! I'm not going anywhere. He started quietly, but with every word his voice gained strength and he was shouting at the top of his lungs. No, I won't go with you anywhere. You don't exist. You aren't here anyway. It's a hallucination. It's unscientific. Yeah, unscientific. What do you mean by you aren't here? Here we are. We came searching for you. Isa had remained silent until now, but then she let go of my hand and took a few steps towards Shurik. What are you doing? I asked quietly. She hesitated for a moment, but proceeded as if not hearing me. Finally, having come close to the lost pioneer, Alisa fetched him a scorching slap across the face. Yeah, we nearly died while searching for you. Those damn woods at night, that bomb shelter, those freaking mines. I'm one mess of bruises thanks to you. And you, what? You were just hanging out, drinking booze, and seeing pink spiders, you bastard! Shriek stared at her with a bemused look. Now, then, get your ass up and move! No. He began to whisper quietly. No. Somewhere deep inside me, on the very edge of my awareness, I got a feeling that something really bad was going to happen now. It happened, a premonition, intuition, or just analysis of the situation, from the way Shurick was sitting or the expression on his face, hinted at his following actions. And probably at all of that together I rushed to Alisa, the light furiously jumping all over the room and highlighting Shurick's face for a second twisted his madness. He was wielding a metal rod, and if I had been a moment too late, he would definitely have smashed in Alisa's head with it. But I made it. Everything was like a dream, the distant shout of a girl, a hollow tooth, the flashlight going out, and the eerie silence, except for the heavy breathing of Shurick. It took me a while to come to my senses. What are you doing, you jerk? I checked my arm and it felt okay. A blow landed on a flashlight. So now we were in complete darkness. You won't get it! Won't get me! Shrieked hysterically. Our laughter was quickly fading away in the distance. Hey, where are you going? Get back here now! Won't get! The yell vanished into the distance. What a freak. I've tried to fix the flashlight in the darkness. No way. Shriek has smashed it into pieces with his throat. Then I suddenly thought of Alisa. Are you okay? I've heard a quiet sob, and at the same instant I felt her embrace hugging me tightly. Okay, it's all over now. Everything is fine. Well, in fact, nothing was fine, but I needed her to get a grip on herself. Otherwise, we stood no chance of getting out of here alive. I tenderly caressed her head. I wonder, Alisa crying. Is that a funny thing? No, it isn't! Maybe in different circumstances. No! I'm scared. That's okay, I'm scared too. I noticed this strong and sudden transformation in Alisa. But what the heck, anyone would be scared in these circumstances. Moreover, she's a girl. But why aren't I scared? No, not scared. Why am I still able to keep my mind clear and speak sense? Might it be because I have to worry about more than just myself? Okay, come on, we have to get out of here anyway. Hold on, just a second. Said Alisa quietly, and the room became illuminated by the dim flicker of a lighter's flame. Where did that come from? The statue. She forced a gentle smile and handed me the lighter. Alright. I quietly swept my eyes over the room, searching for something that could be used as a torch. There were some tattered rugs and a road among the debris on the floor. One of the bottles contained some liquid that smelled like industrial alcohol. For better or for worse, in a minute I was holding something that resembled a flaming torch in my hands. I don't know how long it will last, so I got to move quickly. Where to? Alisa seemed to be returning to her senses. Let's go back, at least we'll reach the bomb shelter. For one thing, there is light there. She gave me a quiet nod and took my hand. Really? You're going there? The torch was burning poorly. We had to reignite it every other minute. One didn't have to be an oracle to predict an extremely short lifespan for that rage we are using. I became more and more afraid that we wouldn't leave the darkness in the mine. You couldn't rely too much on just the lighter. However, we reached the hall that led up to the catacombs quite fast. It seems that I memorized the road after all. We started to get up, scrambling over the rocks almost blindly. Okay, where are we going now? Asked Alisa, getting her breath back. What do you mean? We're going to that room with the bunks and cabinets. Which way is that? I opened my mouth to reply, but suddenly realized that I had not the slightest idea. The hall looked the same from all sides, just like the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. We had not a single hint to indicate the right direction. Well, don't you know? Alisa asked sadly and sat on the ground. No. I replied quietly, put out the torch to preserve it, and sat next to her. Are you going to die here? She rested her head upon my shoulder. Alisa's voice sounded flat. One might even say calm, but I could feel that her body was trembling, either with cold or with fear or with both combined. Don't be silly. Sure, things are getting worse, but we are still pretty far from we're gonna die. They'll come and rescue us in the morning. Again, Trevna will call the police, so I would love to believe that myself. I see. Yeah. I lost track of time sitting there. I was afraid to go forward or backward. I was afraid to make a choice, as our torch definitely wouldn't last both ways. Wandering in total darkness without any source of light was definitely worse than waiting for the rescue here. This way at least, we would have some light left for an emergency. Suddenly a rumbling started echoing in the distance. Well, here is that emergency. That was definitely the clank of door bolts mixed in that rumbling. Get up. A harsh put Alisa to her feet and lit the torch with shaking hands. What is it? She asked in dismay. I don't know, but it seems there is someone. We have to run. To be honest, I wasn't sure that it was such a good idea. What if the mad Shuriki is there? And in fact, that's the list of all the evils I can imagine. And we will find out who it is in the next episode. See you then.